Hello and welcome back to the third video of Battle of the Knollen, where I want to show you our last two nations, the green nature-bound nation and the black undead Necros nation, which is in the north. Yeah, first I want to show you where are they located and a little bit what is the background story, because the black one is a little bit special for me. Here's like the world of Tuberia, and in the top right corner we see the big forge, which is the origin of the undead nation, which will start first. And then we have the skin swamp, which is for the nature-bound nation, the green one, which is where like they walk in the shadows or they communicate very deeply with the nature around them. I would start with the black nations, because, and especially in this case with the hero, with a normal one of the player cards, which will be the hand cards, to build up your the cards for the tricks and the armies you will gather from winning a trick. A good word, very, very cute and very, very nice. The idea for Battle of the Crown came when I was cutting potatoes. And I had one potato in particular, which had, I don't know what it's called in English. In German, it's called Augen, like eyes, which are growing out of the potatoes. And there was my idea of, I want to make a card game about potatoes, in particular with a Necro nation, because it's like, when you touch them, they are always not gooey, but gibbly and squeezable. And yeah, I had the idea when I was cutting potatoes. And also there will come the idea of the first hero of the black nation, of the undead nation, which is Necros. And as an undead, he interacts in the game more by using the discard pile of the game. Where do we have it? Here. So you can see his abilities, but this is German. His abilities is like take one. So here you can see his abilities is Soul Thief. Take one card from the discard pile to your hand. So he can look at any card he wants and use this card. Or he can play the top cards, the top card that is on the pile, and play it instead of his own one. Or he can send two cards directly to the discard pile. So this gives him a good idea of how he can manipulate his own playing style with a discard pile. And to reactivate his abilities, you have to discard cards mostly of your own color from the cards you win from the different tricks, or any two cards that you have left. There might be also a change, because I would like to bring the abilities more in the game, and sometimes feel like a little bit I want so many cards but I cannot use it. If you have ideas, maybe I want to bring more like items also in the game, which you can use more, a little bit in the way you can use some of the monsters you fight against and gain in the game. Yeah, but there's still a little bit part for the development. And like I told you in the last video, and I think the one before, every unit in the end should, I forgot. I also want to show you his passive ability. It's German? It's English. It's the call from the crypt. And like I said, he's worked with a discard pile. Gain a helper from the discard pile. So he just takes the last played card. So if you play, anybody plays a 1, 2, or 3 of his color, he gets one card on the side, and it doesn't really matter which card it is, because if he discards this card, he can boost the value of another card by 2. So you can see they also play a little bit different. Like he gets, for them, they keep the cards. For Mura, for Pura, which has the ability to change the numbers, he cannot store his ability if there's 2 1s or a 1 and a 2 of his color at once. He can only gain it one time. Yeah, so everyone plays also a little bit different. And the last person, the last hero I developed is Knollen. It's like a little bit based on a Death Knight. He looks very angry and is very strong and superior in his mind to against others. And so far, I have the idea that he destroys an opponent card with the same or lower value and tuck it under your hero. And then you can use this card to boost 1 unit by 2. So also you can see it's a little bit like Necros, but you can destroy 1 card and you can make something stronger. Yeah, but in this case, this is more usable. But still in development, if you have cool ideas for other units of the Undead Nation in Battle of the Knollen, then please let me know it. Yeah, that's the Undead Nation, and now we'll come to the Nature-bound Nation. And I already forgot her name again. Also here, I'm a little bit, if you have good ideas for names, I called her so far Lupina, but it also doesn't really fit. So, but Lupina, and that is for sure, she's walking the shadows. So her title is Shadow of the Night Harvest. She walks in the shadows and stays stealthy. So if you compare it to other games, maybe she's more in the direction of Rogue. And that you can also, of course, then see in her abilities, because she's very tricky and can manipulate maybe the other players. And her passive ability so far is that so if you play right where I have a so she can play a card face down and higher the value. So people doesn't know, for example, if she plays a card at the beginning of the game, which color is it? Maybe I also make I might reduce the value because that makes it very strong. Maybe I also make it negative. I don't know yet. So she's very stealthy, and her abilities are also very stealthy in this case. So she can take other people's hand cards, or she can discard other people's hand cards and destroy hand cards, helper cards, or she can take cards directly from the trick and steal them. So she's denying 1 trick cards from other people. But you can see if it's highly interactive with other players, for that she has to discard 1 trick cards, which has to be her color. And that makes it at the beginning very effective to get cards, but it will also make it very expensive to activate her abilities. Yeah, so I think it's a good mix out of this. And horror units are also, of course, very connected to the nature. You can see it in green. And Echo developed for every nation a very cool symbol. Let me give a look. For them, you can see it here on their level 1, 2, and 3 units. It's this little shield leaf, or the cards of 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 6 hold it in their on their head. It's also a leaf. And here you can see like the 7, 8, or 9, which are also already always a little bit more based on the hero's character to make a bit more individuality from the different nations. Yeah. So this was, I forgot her name, Lupina. And then on last, I want to show you Feron. Feron is the next character I developed. He's a druid. Yeah, so far I give him different abilities. Immediately play a second card of the same color. Both are executed. So instead of playing 1 hand card, he can play 2 hand cards of the same color. There is this passive ability. For him, I also want to go maybe in a little bit different direction with his abilities, like on the Shaman, Brutzlam, Obermesh. I don't know, should I make the names in German and English the same, or is it kind of make them different? I don't know yet. Yeah, I want him maybe to change into different forms, like a druid very often do in games, to change his play style depending on which card you have and in which phase you are. Yeah, this will be the Feron so far. Yeah, you can see obviously this is like a rogue. He's more like the damage dealer. He might be a little bit more all-rounder, or I think I will go more in a healer or tanky direction. If you guys have any ideas for other units, other types and classes for the Green Nations or any nation, please let them know in the comments. And yeah, if you would like to support us, you cannot order the game or anything, but just maybe but just maybe visit our project page so far on Gamefound. Maybe just follow it, or if you like to playtest, contact me. If you have any ideas, like I said, write it in the comments, and I will be very happy to hear from you guys. So I hope you had fun. I hope you like some ideas of it. And in the next time, I will show you a video how actually maybe to play a small, how to play, how to gain cards, how to fight them, how to fight the monsters. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.